How's it going? Right, basically, I don't really know where to start, to be honest, because I've got a lot to say, and yeah, I've been. So obviously, I've not got my bag on, and I've got a new bag as well. So basically, I finished my trip at the end of that day. Right. Right. So yeah, sorry, just wanted to be very, very nosy, that guy, right? But yeah, anyway, carrying on. Yeah, I finished my trip at the end of that day, and I think it was a Friday, and because I luckily found a campsite, and yeah, so by the I got there maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Had a shower, and I set my tent up. I gave him my portable charger. Had a shower, changed my clothes and whatnot, and so I went to have my tea, and I wasn't hungry. It turned out I had a bit of bellyache, and I'd originally thought it was I drank some dodgy water, because I'd filtered everything and whatnot, and it turned out it was actually fine. But I was convinced I drank some dodgy water, because luckily I was at the campsite, because I was on the toilet all night, basically. Had a terrible sleep, and I woke up in the morning feeling like weak and cold, and walking back to my tent from the toilet one time, and I felt like I was going to throw up. So yeah, I was convinced I drank some dodgy water. What I later found out was the actual cause of the matter was I'd bought some sweets from the shop. Can't remember the village name now, because yeah, it sounds quite like another one, but just outside of Keswick, near the southeast side of Windlatter Forest. It was like one shop, and I bought some sweets from there, and I was eating these sweets, some like watermelon fizzy ones, and I had some fruit pastilles as well afterwards. And yeah, so it turns out it was because of them, because I ate I ate the full packet of watermelon ones, and I got through a good few fruit pastilles as well. Yeah, so when I had some fruit pastilles left, and when I think I ate some before, when I felt alright again, like the day after like maybe the Sunday or the Monday, I felt alright. So obviously I went home on the Saturday morning, and yeah, sorry, my arm's aching. Yeah, so I went home on the Saturday morning, so either on the Sunday or the Monday I felt kind of alright, and I did some shopping, and I rode the bike down to the local town, and I think I had some sweets before I went, and then yeah, when I got back, it gave me the bellyache again, and then I gave it one more test like an idiot. And yeah, a couple of days later, and it was yeah, now, so it was I think yeah, it's no good. Sweets are no good. Not for me anyway. But yeah, so lesson learnt. I kind of feel like, well, put it this way, if I'd have stayed there, I could have done it, but it wouldn't have been. I'd have had to stay another night, definitely, or just literally walk a couple miles. I don't know. It was horrible. Just walking to the bus stop, which wasn't far away. It was 0.7 miles away. But yeah, so anyway, so that ended that mission anyway. Again, lessons learned and whatnot. And a video I did in the start of Friday. So the last video, episode 7. Yeah, I mentioned I don't know if it's really a sustainable option of like a way of travelling and whatnot with everything in my bag, because I kind of skimped out on everything I can, got rid of everything I can, and it's still ridiculously heavy. And when I got back from Keswick with me shopping for the next 6 days, yeah, I set off walking with it again on that Friday. It's a lot of food. So anyway, before I set off, somebody mentioned getting some sort of hiking trailer, right? And when I looked, I'd already bought my rucksack, and when I looked into them, expensive, too expensive anyway. So my kind of idea, what I'm going to do now, I go to Cyprus in 2 days, by the way. It's Monday now. I go on Wednesday. So this is like kind of push this video on a bit. While I'm going for a little walk down the field to see, to assess a couple jobs that I want doing when I get back, basically. Yeah, it's getting warm. I wasn't expecting it's been raining. I wasn't expecting it to be so warm, like. So where was I? Yeah, hiking trailer. So basically, I thought, right, I'm kind of a bit miserable, like at times when I'm walking, although, like, it doesn't really show, but I do like. It does. It's like, come on, Benji, you know it. Like, God, and it's hard, you know. It's bloody hard work, like. So, you know what I mean? And like, I could be like cursing and you know what I mean, and like, God, fuck's sake, all that kind of stuff, and someone will walk around the corner and I'll be like, hey, you're right, you know what I mean, and plod along, and yeah, but really it's not a sustainable option. So I'll be looking at getting bike trailers. I've been looking at bike trailers. I've been looking at sit on lawnmower trailers. I've been looking at off-road buggies, like prams for kids. I've been looking at ordering all the parts for myself. Oh, something coming along a bit slowly. Yeah, I've been looking at ordering all the parts for myself, and like an axle and getting the wheels, and then figuring out some kind of bracket to attach the axle, and I think getting everything to fit properly first time, and not, yeah, I think it's just so. I've been looking at game carts as well, which is something that came up. Deer carts for hauling deer out of woods. They look like, because originally I were looking at bike trailers, and you can't really get, within my budget anyway, you can't really get something that's rated for the kind of weight that I'm going to be carrying. Not because I want it to be like obviously higher rated than what I'll actually be carrying because of the bumps and things. So I ended up looking at deer carts. I can't remember how I came across them, but yeah, been putting posts on different Facebook groups and things like that, and seeing what people come up with. And yeah, so we're looking at deer carts, and because they're obviously designed to carry weight, like heavier weights than what I'd be carrying off-road by hand. So in theory that sounds absolutely perfect. Something else that was pointed out to me, which is going to invoke a bit more research into these, is at some point I'm going to want to get on a bus or a train, and yeah, I want to be able to do that. So I need to keep my options open. I need to look at the wheelbases, how wide they are, and everything of that kind of thing. Anyway, yeah, so that's my next thing when I get back from Cyprus. Been doing lots of research into, yeah. So that's basically what's kind of like going through my head at the minute. Not even Cyprus stuff. Well, it is quite a bit actually, to be fair now. I need to clean my boots and yeah, clean my clothes one last time and decide what I'm taking. Like finally decide what I'm taking as well. Like even make sure my bag's the correct weight and everything. It should be quite easy, to be fair. But yeah. So yeah. So I can hear me steel bottle sloshing around as well in this bag. Yeah. So apologies if you can hear that. It might be a bit off-putting, maybe. Probably not. It's not as loud as, but I can hear it, so it's putting me off. And I'm currently picking dog hairs off of the wind thingy on my camera. But yeah, anyway, back to the point. So that's trailer. So if anyone's got any ideas, I'm looking at 2 wheels. For game carts as well, I've solid rubber wheels, so no punctures, which is a big bonus. Yeah, we're looking at like 17 plus inch wheels, which is I think slightly bigger than I'm going to find a bike trailer with, because I think that's the most likely option I'm going to end up with. Just get a steel framed one, cut off the tow bar, have 2 handles on either side and pull it behind me like a barrow, and I can attach it to me hip belt, just under my hip belt or whatever, the handles, and yeah, go from here basically. But yeah, so I got back anyway, and I thought, right, now it's time to try and find some work for myself. When I first came up here, I put a post on the local Facebook group, and didn't really put much effort into it, which I kind of regret doing now, because yeah, I'd have been much. I could have ordered a stupid, a proper fucking. I'm kind of angry at myself here. But yeah, I could have ordered a fucking a proper hiking trailer from Europe, and yeah, just done it properly. But yeah, there you go. So that's that anyway. But yeah, anyway, so I got back. I put a long-winded post on, explaining like who I am, what I'm doing, what I'm after, bit of work, any kind of skills I thought I could list, and you know what I mean, and yeah, put a lot more effort into it, and lo and behold, it came through. I also got a job cleaning. This was from another advert that I saw, but I got a job cleaning some like self-catering shepherd's hut thing. We've got a few, but I got a job doing a small one on a farm locally, just less than 3 miles away from where I'm stopping, and yeah, that led to a little bit of work from the husband, the farmer, as well, which has kind of been helpful. But the thing that's really helped is I met. He might have actually got in. It's good to, like, now I've met them properly and spoke to them. I think I feel like they might have got in touch anyway. But I went down to like a breakfast bout thing at the village hall, and it was like a fundraiser, and I thought, oh, bacon sausage egg sandwich, oh, go on then, and a hash brown in it as well, yeah. So I've just realised where I'm going. I've got to where I'm going, but yeah. So I went down there, and I think one of the women who was involved in it maybe recognised who I was, and said, "Oh, I've took a screenshot of your post. I'm going to show it to my husband, and then we might be in touch." So then, for the majority of the past 2 weeks since I've been back, I've been going down and getting as much work done as I can, because I did a day, obviously, bit of a test really, you know what I mean. I did a day, and yeah, I think well, yeah, he told me I did my last shift on Saturday, till I gets back at least, and he said he was really pleased with what I've done for him and whatnot, and yeah. So hang on, sorry, I'm gonna have to put you down a minute. But yeah, so it's basically led on from here, and there's been, it turns out there's about as much work as I can be bothered to do by the sounds of it, and obviously, so long as their situation doesn't change or anything, but obviously I always kind of expect the worst, but yeah, basically that has really helped me get back on my feet and expand my budget for this trailer situation, and a bit of spending money for Cyprus, and I built up my leeway again, because yeah, well, amongst the other things like the hostels and getting the wrong tent, and I went to the Viking event, and I spent a fair bit of money there as well. To be fair, I was still in holiday mode. So I still had a fair bit of money in the bank, but so yeah, I've been slightly irresponsible, but it's kind of helped that again, helped me yeah, keep on my feet anyway. So yeah, I've had both of the people I've done work for have said, get back in touch, let me know when you're back. Obviously I've told them when I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be back, I'll be gone for 3 weeks, so I'll be back just after the first week of July. I'll come back on the 7th, and yeah, so hello Mr. Pickles. Yeah, so they've both told me, like, get in touch. You know what I mean? When sorry, I'm looking at Mr. Pickles. Hey up, matey. How are you doing? Sorry to wake you up. Hey. No, well, yeah, we said get back in touch. Let me know when you're up for some work again. And yeah, so I've got a couple of weeks when I get back before the next event, and to get me trailer up and running and do some work for my host as well. And just hopefully get everything organised as best I can, and go from there basically. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I've probably missed something. I've got to that stage now where I've got to I've got a couple of sheds to look at, a couple of like field shelters to have a nosy on. But yeah, I don't really feel that comfortable showing too much around other people's property, because otherwise I'd have probably done a bit more around work and things like that, and still not really got used to what you call it, speaking when there's other people around, and distractions. When my mind's altered, like now my kind of train of thoughts like keeps dropping, because I think, oh yeah, I need to do it. I've just saw the pony, and you know, I mean, and yeah, but yeah, basically I'll probably be another clip to this video and whatnot maybe, but if not, I'll leave it there. And in fact, actually, I'm going to Cyprus in 2 days, and there'll be lots of things going on, and that kind of leads on to what I've just said about doing videos, speaking to the camera when there's people around, because I don't know, it's just one of the things. I'm gonna have to like just keep pushing my boundaries, you know what I mean, and get used to it, because yeah, kind of, you know what I mean, don't know, it'll help me, and yeah, but yeah, so what I'd kind of thought with Cyprus is I might there's going to be lots of like groups. There's going to be groups of sort of we're going to be in groups, and there's going to be like things going on basically, and whatnot. So I've kind of thought that I would do the videos, at least on. I'd keep. What's most likely to happen is I'll record what I'm doing and then speak about it later. I think that is the most likely situation, at least for now, of doing videos when there's people around. Because amongst the other videos that I kind of trashed, because all the gaps and things and whatnot, and yeah, I want to like keep it like as natural and like, I want to say free flowing as possible, and yeah, but yeah, sorry, I've just saw a plant that I now know the name of, plantain. that's just yeah, that's just sent me head going now as well. See what I mean though? So I'll get there in the end basically, but I think that's the most likely thing. I did do a video. What we were gonna say, I did do a video on the way to the last Viking event, and Mr. Pickles is coming to say hello. And I did a video on the way, saying, "Oh yeah, I'll show you," and then I just never did because I'm not really comfortable. So I think to stop that from happening again, hello, hiya matey, hey. Stop that from happening again. I would think yeah, I think that's the way around it. Like, who's this? Look, to get this distraction out of the way. Hi, how are we doing, Big Pig? Hey, Mr. Pickles. Hi. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's what I'll probably do for Cyprus anyway. But I'm actually gonna stop recording now and wait until my train of thought comes back. I'll do what I need to do, and I think that's another thing as well. I think I like. I don't know. I seem to be better when I've got something to do. Like I'm walking. Like when I'm walking, like I kind of just get on with it, and like me kind of train of thought just mostly stays where it should be. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know. So that's yeah, that's that anyway. But yeah. So I hope. Dear, I don't know. I'm rambling on. Yeah, hopefully that's it anyway, and I'll catch you when I do. Right, I remembered something else I needed to go on about as well. So yeah, and also I don't really want to be cutting things out. Like, it kind of feels a bit like, yeah, something I don't want to do, but. When I looked back at that clip, I feel like the kind of outro was a bit, it's just too divery. But yeah, so if I did, that's why it might have cut off a bit sharpish. If I didn't, I'm sorry you had to watch it. But yeah, just trying to keep things not too longly drawn out. Yeah, believe that as well. But yeah, I don't want to keep things too drawn out really, but not that much pressure really, like kind of thing. I just open my mouth and see what comes out, basically. But yeah, so I kind of avoided at first explaining, kind of going into why I'm doing what I'm doing. And the name of my YouTube and whatnot, about as free as you get. I came up with because well, I would kind of just wait on until something came to me really. Excuse me. But yeah, so basically, as as many people, everyone knows that the world is messed up, and you know, it baffles me, like almost on a daily basis, several times a day most days. So on average, at least a daily basis, I'm absolutely baffled by how people just keep going on the same way as they always have done, and I just find it amazing, and I could go on about it and just go around in circles, and yeah, but it's basically, it ain't for me. I'm not slaving my life away for anyone that is just trying to make a buck, make a quick buck, like, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's just I don't know. But I'm lucky enough to be only responsible for myself, and I might have said some of these things in the long introduction kind of thing, when I was kind of trying to explain most of this stuff, but I did avoid the main motivations behind it, because I thought, oh, people are just gonna think I'm a crackpot, like, and like, oh, he's got a tinfoil hat on, and or whatever, you know, it's the internet, like, you know what I mean. But I don't care, like, you know, I'm not here to please people. I'm here to kind of do what I want to do, and hopefully show to other people that, you know what I mean, you can do something different. Like, it's like you don't have to fit in. Why would you want to do that? That's a ridiculous idea to me. But yeah. Anyway, so obviously, I've got a big problem with the way things work, and I can't see myself slaving my life away, doing 40 hours a week minimum. Like, that's just uncalled for. Like, fair dues if you're working like from home, like on a farm or something, like, and you've got things to look after, and but then you're working for yourself, and that's like kind of. But people do more than 40 hours a week. Like, you're meant to sleep for 8 hours, and I bet if anyone looks up the statistics, like, doesn't happen. Like, I don't even get 8 hours anymore. Like, and I've always had great sleep, and I struggle to get 8 hours now, and I'm kind of thinking, like, that's like, is that really? That only started happening when I did this solid block of work, like, last year and whatnot. Like, my sleep started suffering, so I'm thinking it's something related to that. But that's just another thing. I've got a very suspicious mind, and I don't want to put like wrong ideas in people's thoughts. So that's based on it's just conceived out of my own head. Just a wonder. But nobody sleeps enough anymore, and you're meant to get 8 hours, which is a third of the day, and then if you sleep for another third of the day, and then you're travelling to and from work, you're having to eat. You have to eat as well, remember, and like, you got to get ready to go to work. You've got to clean yourself, and then, like, so basically, like, if you don't live next door to work, or you don't live where you're working, basically, it takes half an hour to get there, even. You've got no life, you know what I mean? And like, like I said before, I'm lucky enough to be only responsible for myself, and so I've kind of wanted to do this since I was 13, so half my life ago as well. I wanted to do this. I wanted to go live in the woods. So I did it to a degree. Like, I'm getting there. Once I get going again. But yeah. So yeah, like, I don't know. It's the only way I could do something. Like, I mean, because I was just about to get a house, like, just about to get a flat through the council, and then, like, I'm thinking, hang on a minute. Once this happens, I'm stuck in work, because, like, I was lucky to be in supported accommodation at the time, so didn't have any bills really, but you can't work. So that's another thing the system's messed up in, because all these people with like issues, like with housing and stuff. A lot of them is drugs related and whatnot. So I personally don't really have much sympathy for that anyway, and that's a different subject. But for people that want to better themselves and whatnot, and actually do something with their lives instead of leeching off the system for the whole time, once you're in that kind of place, you're not allowed to work, because, well, you can work, but you'd be literally working for nothing, because your rent for one room, more often than not, a lot more often than not, is talking close to £1,500. I think mine was 1,300 to 1,400 for a room with a load of crackheads. There was one decent lad that I found in there, and you know who you are because I know you watch my videos. There's one decent lad who I found in there, and he's spot on, like. But he's still in the same situation. Like, he's struggling to work. He's picking up bits of work, like, but he can't work properly because you know what I mean. It's not worth it. You've got to be paying. But anyway, I'm going on to a big tangent anyway. So yeah, I saw my housing application was just about to be getting going, and I'm like, oh, my bidding number's coming through, finally. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, oh, hang on a minute. Like, once it started becoming a reality, I'm like, hang on, this is going to be the reality of it. Like, if I do this, I'm going to be forced to keep a job. I'm going to have no money, and I'm going to be stuck like that for a long time. And for me to be able to save up any money to do something different is going to take 3 times as long at least. So I kept myself in a bit of a floaty situation. I stopped with my friend. I stopped with two different friends that I had, and over a bit over 6 months. It took me 6 months of buying things and saving to be able to be to get everything I thought I needed, and begin me adventures. So that's take at least a year. Like, no. So anyway, I ditched that idea, and so that's where it got me. Like, today instead of next year. But rambling on anyway. I'm meant to be on about the name. So kind of thought, I had a few things in my head, like, really. Because I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, and I fashioned myself an elvish name when I was at school. Eldaron. Closest I could get to Wood Elf. But so that's been like my no, I don't care. Yeah, Eldaron. That I use that for like any gaming or anything like that. That's like my username, my gaming username. But if I ever like, well, I don't really anymore. Like, but I think I've still got hill climb racing on my phone. I'm sure that's called Eldaron. And yeah, anything that wants you to put a name in. Don't really think of it for anything else, to be fair, but games. Yeah, I thought of using that, but I kind of wanted to like inspire people with this pilgrimage, and yeah, so yeah, I kind of like, I wrote down a few. I can't even remember what the other things were. But about as free as you get, I settled on, because in my opinion, I'm as free as you get. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the most logical way of explaining it. I mean, like, if I'd have bidded on flats and whatnot, I'd have been stuck. I'd have been needing to keep in a job and be paying taxes and whatnot, just to keep somewhere to keep my stuff, and like, and then, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. There's so many examples, like, you know what I mean? Just, I don't know. Everyone knows it's all backwards. It's backwards, upside down, inside out, and the lot. You know what I mean? It's just, everything's just wrong. Like, it needs, in my opinion, the whole system needs tearing down and building up from the ground. Like, just no two ways about it. Otherwise, but yeah, that's doom and gloom stuff anyway. But yeah, so that's what I didn't want this channel to be about. Because yeah, I've had this mindset for a long time, and it's always kind of led to me being resentful of people, and like, doom and gloom, like, we're all gonna die anyway, like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's but like, if you kind of like just like focus on that, you know what I mean? It's not really very a fun life, is it? Like, you know what I mean? And people, like, you're not really like a very nice person to be around, but not like a very, I don't know. It's not very nice to be around. You know what I mean? When it's all doom and gloom and things like that. But yeah, and like, can't seem to kind of get away from it fully. Like, so it must mean something. But yeah, my mindset now is, I'm gonna go on as I mean to carry on, all being well, and how I'd like my life to live, and like, try and show by example to a degree at least. And you know what I mean? Like, if a lot more people started doing something different, it'd definitely become easier. Like, it might get harder, like people doing van life and whatnot. I mean, that's kind of catching on as far as I'm aware. It's getting harder, but everyone became self-sufficient living in vans. I don't know, it could go either way. I mean, just start trying to implement new things to control people again, and you just gotta resist it. You know what I mean? Like the wild camping thing. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, like, you saw when I went to Tail Fellow, like, I hope I don't get moved on. You know what I mean? And like, because I was in like an open area and things like that, and then in that, it's just, you shouldn't be worried about things like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, if you do, like, the people that do things wrongly, like the wrong way, should get put the right way, one way or another. You know what I mean? Depending on the severity of the situation, like, but should be left alone. Like, big problem for me is that you can't have a fire without having people swoop down on you, which again is a controversial subject, but if you dig a hole, like, which is not in peat or or in tree roots, or just in a sensible place, you know what I mean? And then you have a small grill put over the hole, right? You have your pan on it, and you have small gaps that you can put like twigs into, like, do you know what I mean, like sticks and whatnot. You can feed the fire with, like, and then when you're done, you let it cool down, and you cover it up, and you obviously take, if you can, you take out keep the root systems in play, chuck some water on it once you've put everything back, so it like takes the air out of the roots and whatnot. It could grow. To me, that's a no-brainer. If you sit there and you're literally sat in front of a fire, not drinking, smoking anything or whatever, like, so your attention is there, like, what could go wrong? If you're a sensible human being who's like, you know what I mean, you know what you're doing, or you're with somebody that does, and there's nothing that can go wrong. Like, maybe in the beauty spots, if lots of people started doing it, and you've got all these old pits that have been dug and whatnot, maybe then it would start making a difference over time. But I mean, just generally, like, out and about, until that starts to become a problem, I don't see the issue personally anyway. But that's my main issue anyway, because if I knew I could have a fire, I've not had a fire since I set off. not since Kielder. Luckily I actually didn't get bothered in Kielder, but I'm terrified of it in the Lake District here, because I think it's different. I don't know, I've got a feeling that it's different here, but that might just be media or something. But yeah, but yeah, that would enable me to not have to buy alcohol fuel for my Trangia. You know what I mean? I could just have a bit for emergency, and basically not use it until an emergency. Or I think, I can't be bothered getting a fire going. Or it's a bit like, yeah, like, I don't really want to, you know what I mean, like, I'll whip out the stove, like that's an example of freedom, right? Like, you know what I mean, we're meant to be free people, free thinking. I found a Metallica song today, not today even, sorry, I posted it. I posted some of the lyrics on my Facebook. I Have a Beholder. I've listened to Metallica for years, and since school anyway, and like, I've not found this song actually, I Have a Beholder. Quite embarrassing, to be fair, given how long I've listened to Metallica and whatnot. But I've only just kind of fairly recently started exploring new music, like a couple of years ago maybe, and actually like trying to expand my music and whatnot. But yeah, so I Have a Beholder, right? Yeah, look up the lyrics. I can't think under pressure. But yeah, like, freedom of speech is yeah, like, words that they'll bend, and that's true. You know, that's nothing but truth. Like, and it's like, real examples of it going on right now. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, nah, it's all about freedom. Like, I can't. It's just not there. But yeah, no, you just don't really have. It's basically like freedom when it suits the people, the powers that be. Is basically what it's saying. You know what I mean? So we're not really free people, in my opinion. So back onto the point. I'm about as free as you get. I'm still linked to the still got bills. I've paid my phone bill. I took a phone contract out about a year ago. So I pay £40 a month for that, and I pay a tenner's insurance. So, but that keeps me connected to this and whatnot easily, and yeah, because I'd kind of spent years just getting cheap phones from caches and and whatnot, and the batteries don't last, and they just end up like you end up doing your head in and not being really fit for purpose. So kind of gave into that one, and yeah. So I think that'll be some sort of a constant bill that's always going on. Out of choice, I pay for YouTube because music helps you, like helps me anyway. Do things when you don't really want to be doing them, like the gardening job I've had. The one other than the farm one, it's a gardening job. I didn't really explain, did I? I've been digging out weeds mainly anyway. That's the bulk of the operation anyway, digging out weeds and getting rid of the crap, the roots and green stuff. Yeah, so that's yeah, that helps. Yeah, so always have earphones. I've got a speaker as well, which I sent back, just a little Sony speaker like that kind of thing. I thought I'd have that for walking around in nice days like this. Yeah, but I never used it, and it was part of the weight that I didn't need, so I've not currently got it. But yeah, that'll be one of the things I get back when I get my trailer, because I would have used that over this past couple of weeks, just while working, just so I don't have to have my earphones in all the time. You know what I mean? It's a long time to have earphones in constantly, and kind of more aware of when the dog's out and like when people are coming out to like check you don't need anything and whatnot, and you know what I mean, it's just a bit more sociable. You know what I mean? It's like probably easier for people to think, oh, I'll just go out and pop out, see how he's doing, you know what I mean, see if he needs out or whatever, and not worrying about, oh, he's got to stop his earphones, he's got muddy gloves on, and you know, which I don't mind, like, but I'd probably hesitate if I was doing it for 2 weeks. So I mean, I'd be like, oh, I wonder if he's like, he might just be right into his music kind of thing, or he looks like he's into his music. I don't really want to, you know what I mean, but I don't know, I feel like it might just be me overthinking things, but yeah. Speaker anyway, music, yeah, good. But yeah, so yeah, that's just a little insight into like, yeah, my like kind of beliefs and ideals, and yeah. I mean, it's all a bit. I kind of feel like a bit of a wannabe hippie, to be fair. Like, not really like that. I've looked too much into that kind of thing, but I don't know. I just feel like if everyone kind of worked together, like, it would be like just everything like, it just got rid of like greed and jealousy and like, I mean, like, like I've just kind of like done what I'm doing, like, and like just kind of trusted that things are going to work out, and I'm going to Cyprus in 2 days for free, to do some sort of course. I believe it's officially called, but yeah, there'll be lots going on there, and yeah, so I think a lot of it is going to be knitting stuff and whatnot, but you know what I mean. But yeah, there'll be some. I mean, even like, yeah, it's all interesting to me. I would like to meet. I want, like, another thing that this is about is meeting new people. Like, I mean, and it's just, yeah, like, I don't know. It's nice to just get out there and like speak to people and like kind of, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so I think I've rambled on quite long enough now. But yeah, hopefully that gives enough of an insight into why I'm doing what I'm doing. Kind of explains the motivations a bit more, and like, yeah, just like, yeah, just kind of explains it a bit more, kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. See how yeah, see how it goes. But one way or another, I'm gonna make this little adventure work, and I'll get there, get there eventually, and yeah, see where we end up. Basically, it just yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be alright. Gonna be alright. Just needs to get to Cyprus, gets back, figures out me transport, me new transport, carry on the missions, see how we go. We've got another Viking event just before I sets off again properly. So and then yeah, but basically see how we go. But yeah, hopefully that don't make me sound too much of a crackpot anyway. All this, and yeah, I'm sure everyone understands anyway. You know what I mean? It's just time people started talking about it. Oh, and yeah, just time people started actually, like, because I feel like if people started talking about the issues, but B, like, seriously started talking about them as well, like, not just saying, oh, that's not right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not fucking right. You know what I mean? There's something doing about that. Like, that's more like what I'm on about. And yeah, realised I've obviously I've kind of not been bothered. But I've been letting a few beepers out, which I think I've successfully avoided until now. But yeah, I feel like some of them are well placed. And yeah, so yeah, if that offends you, I do apologise. Yeah, but there you go. Right, I'm rambling on again. Catch you in a bit.